Hello, and thank you so much for joining me today for your yoga practice. I really appreciate your presence in my YouTube community. We're taking a well-rounded all levels flow class today. And before we start, if you could take a minute to please like, share, subscribe, and then if you enjoy this practice at the end, hit that super thanks button to support me, and that would really help me continue to offer these videos. Okay, so grab your mat, let's get started. So great job taking this time today for yourself to take care of your body, your mind, your spirit, and reconnect to present moment. I want to start today in downward facing dog. So we're coming up to downward dog. I want to get moving today because we don't have the wood stove on down here, so it's freezing down here. I hope you're warm and cozy wherever you are. So we're going to lift the lower back and find this heat building downward dog. There's also a sense of calm in your dog as you pedal out your feet, arriving in your practice, tuning into how you feel, and considering your reason, your why for stepping on your mat today, and let that reason help guide your effort. Just like in life, we can consider our intentions behind the actions we make. And let's lift the heels and wave into a plank pose on the inhale, lifting your belly, spreading your chest, and then exhale, soften your knees and swoop back up to downward dog. Let's do it 2 more times. Inhale, wave into a plank, and then soften those knees and swoop back up to downward dog. And then wave slowly into your plank, right back up into downward facing dog. And then come into plank. Keep the back of head lifting. Lightly touch your knees down. Squeeze your elbows in and lower all the way down onto the belly. That was a modified chaturanga. Take the tops of feet flat for a cobra pose on the inhale. And then exhale, tuck your toes, hips to heels, slide back up to downward dog. And breathing there, finding nice spiraling of the inner thighs up and back. And let's lift the heels high, come onto tiptoes, tiptoe forward right between your thumbs. When you get there, inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through the crown. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana, let your head go. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up overhead. Exhale, press the hands down through heart center. Warming up a little more, inhale, sweep the arms up, palms, press. Exhale, belly in, swan dive down, crown of head last. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, let's fold. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. And exhale, bring the hands down through the central channel. Again, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, bring the hands down through heart center. Let's inhale, sweep the arms overhead, give the palms a nice press. Shift into your right foot and step your left foot back into a warrior 1 with your left toes pointing toward the upper left-hand corner of your mat. A little shorter stance would be easier on the hips and back, a longer stance if you're feeling more flexible and open today. Take a cactus arm, drop your tail. You're bending that right knee directly over the heel. Then inhale, straighten that front leg, reach up overhead, press the palms together. Exhale, bend, cactus. Inhale, float on up, looking up. Exhale, bend, cactus. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, cactus. And then release your hands to frame that front foot. Swing the left heel over the toes, coming into a low runner's lunge. Now plant your left hand wider than the shoulder and slide your right hand onto your back, or extend your right fingertips right up to the sky. And breathing there. Hugging that right knee in toward the midline. We'll inhale. You can arch through your upper back a little bit. Lean back. And then exhale, release your right hand down. Plant your palms and step right back to downward facing dog. Let's inhale together through the nose. Exhale, let it out your mouth. At the end of the exhale, lift the heels high. Come on to tiptoes. Tiptoe right between your thumbs. Inhale, lift up, lengthen. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. A little back bend there. Exhale, hands come down right through heart center. Inhale, sweeping up, palms press, draw your ribs in, shift to your left foot, step your right foot back into warrior one. So it's about heel to heel alignment. Bend that left knee over the heel as you come into cactus arms. Elbows come down into alignment with the shoulders. Rooting through your outer right foot. Inhale, reach on up, palms press. Exhale, cactus, belly in. Inhale, floating up through the ribs. Exhale, dropping down. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, cactus, lean forward. Release your hands to frame that front foot. And take that right hand a little wider than the shoulder. Left hand can come onto your back. Or go ahead and extend the left fingertips up. Dropping your right hip point down. Really turning the right rib toward the left rib and leaning back on the inhale. Exhale, left hand down. Step into plank. Hold. Find a nice line from back of head to tail. Lift your heels. Spread your chest. Squeeze your elbows in and lower all the way down through chaturanga. Take your feet flat and come into a cobra pose, back bend on the inhale. Exhale, tuck the toes and find downward dog. Full inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it out your mouth. Lifting the sitting bones high and returning to a sense of calm and ease in your downward dog. And then stretch your right heel high for a three-legged dog. Open and stack that right hip on top of the left. Inhale. Exhale, slide your right foot through, right between the thumbs. Spin your left heel down and start to straighten your right leg all the way. Let's come into a triangle pose, taking your left hand onto your hip or extending your left fingertips up. And we're anchoring through that outer left heel and gazing up at the hand in the air. If your neck fatigues, you can always look down. Breathing, tucking that right sitting bone under the pelvis. One more inhale. Exhale, release that left hand down. Bend your right knee. Swing your left heel over the toes. Heel toe your right foot toward the outside edge of your mat. Drop your left knee down. Tented fingers are about under the shoulders. Take the top of your left foot flat into lizard lunge. Dropping that right sitting bone toward the floor. Let the inner thighs scissor apart. Hang out there. Turn your right toes out a degree or so. And that can help to plug that right thigh bone into the hip as we pause in lizard lunge for a couple of breaths. And if it's available, you may be able to come down onto your forearms and rest your third eye center on your thumbs or on a block, but don't overdo. Breathe into any tension. And if you're down on your forearms, after lingering a couple of moments longer, you can gently make your way back up. Come back up onto your palms. Now tuck your left toes and lift that left knee, and then lift that right foot and slide that right foot back into plank pose. Nice and strong. You can either modify onto your knees or lower down one long line, chaturanga, coming onto your belly. Feet are flat for cobra pose, or you press your arms all the way straight, root through the tops of the feet, and the quadriceps and the glutes and the core help to lift you into an upward facing dog back bend, and an inhale and an exhale, rolling over the toes and meeting in downward dog. Coming back to a smooth, steady breath. And a sense of steadiness and ease in your effort. Now slide your left heel high, three-legged dog. Let's inhale. Exhale, slide your left foot through. Spin your right heel down and straighten your left leg all the way. Tuck that left sitting bone under, and then turn your left rib toward right rib. We'll start to extend your right fingertips up, gazing at the hand in the air, or if your neck fatigue is looking down. So it's triangle pose, Trikonasana. Breathing here. Not a lot of pressure in those left fingertips. Legs are all the way straight without locking or hyperextending the knee joints. Take one more inhale. Exhale, release that right hand down as you bend your left knee. Swing your right heel over the toes and heel toe that left foot toward the outside edge of your mat. Take your right knee down, take the top of your right foot flat, returning the left toes out a degree or so that you really feel that left thigh bone plug right into the hip. Then staying up in lizard lunge, staying up on your hands. That's my favorite place to stay. Some may find it feels good to lower down onto your forearms and rest your third eye center on your thumbs or on a block. Tuning into the breath there. The space of the inhale. The long, slow exhale that moves you into the pose a little more without force. Soft jaw, soft eyes. And if you're down on the forearms as you're ready, very gradually, work yourself back up onto your hands, tuck your right toes, lift your right knee, step that left foot right back to plank. Bring the big toes a little closer together. Circulate your pelvis a few times. I call this jump rope pelvis. So we lift the pelvis to the right and down and create a few circles. And then as you bring the pelvis back to center, bring your knees down. We're coming into child's pose. Hips to heels. Stretch the lower back all the way back. Find a nice exhale out your mouth. Remember your intention for practice today as you rest your forehead and scan your body. Breathing space and light into your lower back and into your hips. Gently lift your gaze, look between your thumbs and snake yourself forward. Come down onto the belly. Come all the way down onto the belly and reach your arms around. Root through your pelvis. And then everything else lifts up into Shalabhasana, locust pose, straight arms and legs, fingertips and toes reaching back, chest reaching forward. If it feels good, you can bend your knees and reach around for the tops of the feet. Kick up into bow pose, Dhanurasana. And then, friends, if you can breathe really deeply into the belly, you might rock a little bit. And we'll rock to the right. Oh, you can try that, rock to the right. Haven't done that in a while. Keeping that bow, and then back to center. And then rock to the left. It can get a little shoulder stretch in that way. And then back to center. Maybe play with that a couple times. You don't have to do this if you don't want. And it's just kind of fun and interesting. And then coming back and release your feet. Give your feet a nice tap behind you. Take the palms under the elbows. Press on up. Root through the tops of the feet. Round your spine. Scoop your tail. Sit back toward the heels a little bit. And then inhale, sweep the arms out and up overhead. A little back bend. Reach on up. Exhale, cactus arms. Drape the arms down. Reach behind, interlace the fingers. Palms are separated. Track your knuckles down and lift up your heart. Inhale, gazing up. Exhale to neutral. Now challenge. Keep your hands on the hips and sit over to the right and swing the legs around. Inch yourself forward a little bit toward the front of your mat. Then point your toes and start to slide your hands toward the tops of the feet. We're going to pull the belly in as we bring the chin toward the chest. And then inhale, reach on up, flexing. And then open the arms on the exhale, come back and press. And then inhale, reach up. And exhale, point and reach for the tops of the feet. And then inhale, flex. Open to a big T. Exhale, come on back. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, point and touch. Inhale, flex. Big open circle. Exhale, come back. And then inhale up. Exhale, point. Last time. Inhale up. Exhale, come all the way back, belly in. And we're coming on to the back. Feel free to cover up with clothing, socks, or blankets to get really comfortable. And hug your right knee in toward your chest and cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh into figure 4. If it's available, thread the needle and interlace your hands in the left knee crease or the front of the shin. Relax your left foot, flex your right foot. Relax your shoulder joints, broaden through the collarbones, and rock gently. Figure 4 pose, aka reclined pigeon pose. And hug the left thigh a little closer toward. Uncross, full happy baby. Reaching around for the outer feet or ankles. Soles of feet face the sky. Getting nice, evening out stretch of hips and back. Good work today. Then release, and let's take the left ankle on top of the right thigh. Working with figure 4, thread the needle and slip your hands in the right knee crease or the front of the right shin. Relax your right foot, but flex your left foot. Really soft jaw, eyes, center of chest, and center of throat. And tuning into the area of the most sensation, finding that sense of calm and ease in your mind and in your heart. It's always available in your practice if you connect to your breath and give yourself the space to be in the moment. And hug that right thigh in, uncross. One last full happy baby, soles of feet facing the sky. Gentle rocking welcome. And then release your soles of feet together. Let's take this version of Matsyasana, fish pose. So we're going to take this version of Matsyasana, fish pose with bound angle legs. So just bear with me. Soles of feet together in prayer feet. Hands wrapping around the front of your ankles. Point your toes away from the back of your head and lift your head and look at your toes. So your shoulders are lifted off the ground. And then let your head gently fall back to open up the throat and open up that throat chakra. And take an inhale through your nose. Exhale, tongue out. Nice lion's breath. One more time for that. Inhale. Exhale, tongue out. Third time's a charm. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. And squeeze your knees in. You don't even have to lift your head. Just tuck your chin a little bit. Bring your feet mat width distance. Let your knees knock in to touch and rest your hands on your ribs or anywhere on your body for a brief final meditation. So you can have this constructive rest pose or legs can extend out into more of a traditional Shavasana. It's always nice to let out a little sigh at the end of practice, letting go of residual stored up stress or energy that you want to let go and dissolve and metabolize. Just tune into that rising and falling of your breath, allowing you to connect to this body, connect to your full self, your body, your mind, your heart, your intuition. Finding some self-love and acceptance for exactly as things are right now. But also inviting that intention to be open and observant for whatever it is that you want to adjust in a different direction. There's always that possibility. And when there isn't that possibility, there's always the possibility to control your attitude in any given situation and move into an energetic space or attitude that you want to be in. We'll also find compassion for whatever is the reality of now, and finding gratitude practice as we start to wag the knees side to side. Find your gratitude practice. Anything you have to be grateful for, choosing to focus on that for a couple of moments before hugging the knees in. And with your knees in toward your body, reach your arms up. Big full inhale. And then exhale, curl into a ball. Resetting into our little ball. Everything coming inward. And then let your head go back. Take your time to gently roll to either side, and with mindfulness, press on up to sit. Thank you so much for your energy, your effort today, and joining me for this full body practice. I wish you joy, peace, health, strength, courage, and always trust on the journey. Namaste. So grateful for your continued presence or your new presence here in my YouTube community. Please drop me a comment if you enjoyed this practice. Let me know your suggestions, if they're nice, and your class requests. And of course, if you could please hit that super thanks button, I would really appreciate it. Okay, until next time, bye-bye. Take care. Keep it up.